Well, the sun has definitely got its hat on today, and so have I. I've decided to take people's advice about cutting this grass for hours on end without wearing an hat. And I did burn my head the other day, so that's why now, every time I go out doing any work, I want to make sure I've got this hat on. But I don't need it at the moment, because we're not going to be doing any ground maintenance today. I've virtually cut up on everything, and it's all looking really well. But what I am doing, since it's so nice and sunny, is planting some more salads, and I've got myself another pack of little gems. And that's the plants right there. Really good sized, healthy looking plants. So I'm basically going to plant all of them. We've got a couple of yellowing leaves on bottom, but that doesn't matter, we can just take those off. And a couple of days ago, Ginny cleaned that bed out behind us. We've only got celery going across back now, so there's plenty of room to put all these in, and we'll just get some harvest of little romaine lettuces, and once again they're little gems. So a very quick easy job, and then I'm going to top that tomato plant behind me. There's plenty of tomatoes growing on it, but it's getting very tall now, and it keeps trying to produce more flowers and more tomatoes. So by topping it, I'm going to force it to put more energy into the ones that's already on there, and hopefully they'll grow a bit bigger and start to ripen. But you don't have to top your tomato plants if you don't want to. I'm doing it because of the space that we've got, but if you've got plenty of space, you can let them grow. So that's where we're going to be putting them. We've got loads of room at the front of this planter, so we'll get those little gems in. They only grow a few inches tall anyway, and this celery is well on its way, so we ain't got to worry about that. So we'll get these plants in. Just going to make an hole with one of these. As always, we want his lettuce plants in nice and deep. It's a nice little plant, that one. I'm just going to take that yellow leaf off at the bottom and we'll get that straight in. Then I'm just going to carry on. I'm only going to put them about 3 inches apart because they do grow like romaine lettuces, so they don't need that much width. They're also going to get a bit of shade from these plants as well, which is good. I'm just going to take a few out, set them up ready. Just get one more in there, and then I'll do a couple in between. Something like that's going to do. Stick that label in as well. It's good to be finally in mood for some salad. And there we go, simple as that. We've got 12 little gems, haven't we? I'm just going to remove a few of these leaves from the bottom now, keeping them nice and clean. We don't want to be attracting slugs before they get started. So we'll get those watered in and we're all set up. And that's the tomato plant that I'm going to be topping. You can see that there's quite a lot of tomatoes on there, but they're very small, and these aren't a cherry variety. They're supposed to grow quite a bit bigger, but the plant's getting really tall and it's trying to produce more tomatoes. It's loads of flowers and we don't want them at this stage, so I'm going to cut them off there, just leaving one branch, and I'm taking that side shoot off as well. We don't want any more of those growing. We'll just leave that cluster of flowers. Hopefully we'll get some late season tomatoes from that. And then I'm doing the same on this one and the one next to it. It's also trying to grow outwards there, so that can go. We'll just save this bunch of flowers, again cutting just above. So there we go. We'll see how this plant goes over the next few weeks, and hopefully we can get those tomatoes to grow that little bit bigger. I've also been back to the supermarket, and this time we've got ourselves some mint. So once again we'll be taking this out of that pot, and I'll probably do what I did with last one. We popped it into a 2 litre. So we've got mint, we've got parsley. We're just slowly building up a collection of herbs. And if you're going to plant mint, you're better off doing it in a pot, because if you put it in ground it'll spread everywhere. But that's a nice looking little plant there. We also sowed some rocket into one of these caravan wash bowls, and that was quite a while ago. Unfortunately, it's barely grown. I'm not sure why, but it just doesn't seem to want to put any size on. So I've been out and got some fresh seeds, and we'll set up another container of rocket. So we're encouraging his tomatoes to grow a bit bigger and ripen faster as well by topping them. And because the weather's so nice, we've got all those little gems now set up, so we're sorted for salad for quite a while. Plus we've got some webs wandering there, and they're ready to harvest now. So as we harvest one, we plant a few more, and between now and end of season we'll never run out of fresh homegrown salad. I did notice something else this morning, and we've not seen it all season long, and that's cabbage white. They're going to land on your brassicas and they'll lay eggs, and then they're going to be covered in caterpillars, and it won't take them too long to completely destroy leaves on your cabbages and cauliflowers. So I've got a couple of little nets like this, and if you've got quite small plants you can just pop them over the top. It'll protect them for now. Anything that keeps them off your plants is well worth doing. If you haven't got any of these bags, just use a bit of netting, whatever you've got, and just chuck it over the top. Anything that gets that job done is well worth doing. You could just pin that down with a few stones if you wanted, but also it's a good idea to put your netting slightly above your leaves, because they will lay eggs through that netting if they can get to those leaves. So you could get a few canes and just raise it up slightly, pin it down all around edge, and that's going to solve your problems with cabbage white. For now, that'll do. I think I have got some canes somewhere, so I'll find them out and I'll raise this up. At least then we know his brassicas are safe. So I'm going to sow these seeds, get this potted on, and we're going to do that underneath this willow tree because there's lots and lots of shade. If you're interested in seeing what we're going to be doing over the next few days, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I'll see you next time. Take care.